Friends. So we in the last video we have completed the Spring Boot application with the UUID. So we are created one application that it will create one data table. In that we will save the UUID, and with that by using that UUID we will get login and log out. So in that it will take one more table. So in the Spring Boot there is one dependency. By using that, we are able to do the login, logout, and also we don't have to create one more table in the database. So that is the Spring Security. The Spring Security is available in the Spring Boot. So we are going to use that. So before that, I have created one application. It's same as previous application. Just I have changed the some entity and service related. So in the service user, I have used the getter setter. That means Lambo without using the normal method, that is importing the getter setter and all the toString. So I can also use the here if I imported this, so there is a inbuilt present method is toString also. So I can use that. So there is no need of use toString method. So I have used that also. And also if you see the services, so I have added one service that add user. I'm not taking the input from user, so I have just implemented the method. I have added to user. Whenever I call this method, I will add to this user. So if you see, I have added that. I will just change the names, so it will look different. So that's it. So user and user one. So it will add two users in our database and it will return the user. So I will just give more information for this. So it will distinguish with the both. So give the more example in the string method. So it will return the in the string and it will return the list of the user. So if you see the application dot properties, so I have used server port is 5050 and the database is user application one. So I have also created the user application. So user application one. So I'm going to use that. And in the form.xml, I didn't imported the Spring Security. If you see, I have imported data JPA that will connect our data and it will give a method to connect with the data. And second one is the wave. So we are going to use the wave. So that is why we have imported that. So it will use the HTTP request. This is the dev tool. So whenever I try to update anything in the controller or any method, it will update our application and it will the connector, MySQL connector, and the last one is the logbook. So it will be give me the simplest method, so we can use that by using this, and also the dependency. These dependencies are automatically added. That is test dependency. So if you want to check the you made that method, it is correct or not. So you can use by using test. So these are the plugins. That is Longbook and Maven plugin, and we are going to run this application. So I'm going to run this application. So I have already run. So if you see, I have created the table user with the ID, varchar, and name, password, and it is given the primary key as user ID. So if you see, also that it has user sequence because I have added the in the entity. You see, I have added the generated value is auto generated. So that is why it is giving the sequence table separately to create our user. And this is all about the our application. So I'm going to I have run this application. So I will just call this method that is add, and I will just send the request. So it will give me the users that are present in my table. So if it has created the user one, you see, it is created user one and user two by using 5050 port, and it has returned the users. And if I want to get the user, so I will just click on get and I will just give the method name as get. So now it will return the my users. So it will give the users. And if I again give the post method, so it will add the user again with the same name because we are not implemented correct method. So like it will check that already present or not. If not, we are not given the this unit. So that is why it is adding the user. So if I get the user, I will just get and I will just send the request. So it will give the all the information. But if I want to give the user that is authentication, so if I want to give only the user they are able to log in first and then only they can use the method. So we are going to use one security dependency. So Spring Boot has Spring Security. So they provide security for your application. So we have to add this dependency to our system. So we have to just copy that and we have to first we have to stop the application. So I will just stop. We have to go to the POM and we have to paste in the dependencies that is Spring Boot dependency. So I will just use the control shift here. It will arrange our application. I will just save this. And after that, I will just update the Spring application. So by using Maven, I will just click on update project, force update because it will update and download our dependency requirement jar file. So it is updating and it is downloading the file and it is building the application. And after that, I will just run the application. So by using Spring Boot, and I will just save this application because I didn't save the user application form. So I will just save that. So if you see, so it will give me the password. Yes. So if you see using generated security password, it is giving me. So if I try to get the user, so it will give me. So I will just I have given the wrong username or password. So I will just use no auth that is normal getting method. So I will just send this. So it will give me the wrong information that is 414 unauthorized. We are not authorized to use this method. To use that, I will just call the basic auth and the username is same for all. So that is user and password is if you see the password is generated using generated security password is this. So I will just copy this. I will just paste here. And if I try to run the same HTTP request, so I will just send. So it will give me the authorization and it will give the OK. And it has given the user ID 1, user ID 2, all the get method. And if you try to post the method, it will not access because we have to use another implementation in that. So we will see in the next video also. But before that, we are going to give the user defined name. So that is mean I want to change the username and password. That is I want, and I will change that. So to change that, we have to go to the application.properties. In that, we have to call the Spring security. So I will first call the Spring, then security, then dot. We have to use the user because we have user and we want to change the username. So I will guess username. So I will just give the username is coders and I want to give the password also security dot user dot password. So it will be password is same that is coder. And if I save this application, it will automatically update because we have added the dev tools. And if you see the application, it did not generate the password. You see in the previous, it has generated the security password, but in the after I updated the application, it did not generate the security password. And if I try to run the same application, it will give error that is unauthorized. And if I change the user from this that is coders, and I will just pass the password as coder And if you see, I will send the request, so it will give me the same result, that is user ID 1, user ID 2, user ID 3, and user ID 4. And if I want to check on my web also, if I enter the http dot localhost slash 5050, thereafter user, and I will just pass the get. If you see, so it is asking first you have to sign in. So I will just pass the if I try to give the coders, and I will change password also coders. So if I sign in, so it will give me the result, that is user 1, user 2, user 3, and user 4. And if I want to log out, so we have to just go back and we have to type log out, and you have to enter. And if it asks, are you sure about if you want to log out, you have to just enter the log out. So if you will give again the page, so please sign in, and when we sign, we will get the method. If I try to get the method by using this, so http slash localhost, and I will pass this. So it will first again asking the login. If we are not provide this correct login, so I will pass wrong login, that is coders, and password I will just write the coder. It will give bad credentials. So this is all about our Spring security. So we have just added the Spring security. And after that, we are going to use the in-memory and also the JWT token also, that is barrier token. So we are going to use that in the next video. So thank you. We will see you in the next video.